Hello, and welcome back to Nursing Life 101. We're so glad you're here with us as we continue season 2. We're diving into the world of nursing with stories, laughs, and maybe a little chaos along the way. I'm Christopher.
And I'm Colby. Together, we're here to talk about all things nursing, the good, the bad, and the fur covered.
Fur covered, that's right. Today, we're talking about the real MVPs of our household, our pets.
Whether you're a dog lover, a cat person, or a proud reptile parent, this one is for you.
From long shifts to travel guilt and the pure joy of those welcome home cuddles, this episode is all about life as a nurse and a pet parent. We both have pets.
We do. We both have dogs, which are arguably kind of the harder pet to take care of as far as like social needs.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I was like, what do you talking
Yeah, no,
about?
a reptile could definitely be harder, but I just mean like as far as like attention requirements, definitely arguably some of the harder pets.
Yeah, you're right, 100%. And it's probably one of the biggest negatives for a pet. And I mean, we might as well talk about the negatives first so that we can get them out the way and talk about the positives at the end.
Sure.
So, the 12-hour struggle.
The 12-hour struggle, meaning our 12-hour shifts that we most commonly work.
Oh, yeah, most commonly. Well, yes. Once again, most commonly, that will change for someone. I'm not saying names.
Exactly. We're not talking about that this episode because that's for a future topic.
It is. It's like episode 3, I'm pretty sure.
Next week.
I said it was.
Foreshadowing.
It is episode 3. Okay, I'm right.
It is.
Yeah.
I looked earlier. But yeah, the guilt of leaving your pets home alone for 12 plus hours.
You got Trout when he was young too, but he was a puppy.
Yeah, I got Trout when he was old enough to be taken away from his mom.
Right.
So I've had him his entire life, and he will be 9 this year. I think it's so tricky. It was a really hard decision to make. And like I had been wanting a dog for a long time, and I had been in my nursing career for probably over 3 years or about 3 years when I got him.
Oh, okay, so you were seasoned.
I was seasoned enough. I was in a good place at that time. I was with a partner, and we were working opposite schedules. So I was working night shift. They worked normal days, Monday through Friday. And so it would just felt like a good time to commit the time to getting a puppy who needs somebody with them pretty much every hour of the day. And it was probably the hardest time of my life. It's the closest thing the closest thing to being a parent that I've ever been to. And it felt like I had a newborn baby because I had a newborn puppy, and I was working night shift, but I wasn't sleeping at all because
My gosh.
during the day he wanted to play, and so you put him in a crate and they just cry and whine until you take them out.
Right.
So I was like constantly going outside and sleeping like 1 hour blocks the first few weeks. It was terrible. And like, you know, you need to create a routine with them, and it
was not a routine.
there was a routine for him, but my routine was suffering. Absolutely suffering, which is pretty scary looking back on it, that I'm like working. At the time when I got him, I lived like an hour away from the hospital, and I was working, 12-hour overnight shifts, so 7P to 7A. And so I was sleeping maybe a collective 4 hours in like 1 hour blocks, and driving to work and coming home. And I remember I'd have to like sometimes pull over at the gas station and take like a 15-minute nap.
Oh my gosh.
Because I was like nodding off driving home on a straight stretch of road for an hour. So bad. It was so hard.
The straight stretch,
Mhm.
the extension of your arm
Yeah.
to say straight stretch.
It was just straight. It was terrible. And it was before, I will say this, it was before cruise control was widely common in cars that like did self-braking. Like it was like you can set
Oh,
cruise control, but you had to brake
break for
yourself. It
yourself.
didn't do its own spacing
Yeah,
behind.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was like it was back in the day before that was like a widely had feature. So,
It's
you know, you had to
yeah.
stay alert. And I was not alert
Oh
or
gosh.
oriented.
Oh no, not the orientation. So I mean, but it's true. Like I also got Roman when he was at the age where he could be taken away from his mother, and I mean, I remember I literally had him. I had the little like playpen because I lived in an apartment at the
Mhm,
time, which also had carpet,
mhm.
and I was like, I'm not. I want my deposit
Deposits.
back.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was like searching for the word. The deposit back. And I was like, you cannot pee on this carpet. You
Yeah.
just can't do that. And so I remember I went to Walmart and got like a really, really cheap rug,
Uh-huh.
like the $5 one. And then I had that rug. I had under the rug, I had a tarp.
Oh, that was smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was like, it will still go through. I
Yeah.
know. I know a little
How
bit.
things work.
Yeah. And then on top of that, I had a fake grass like pea pad thing.
Oh, you were
Oh, I was set
planning.
up. I was set up. And then I had it was like a child playpen
Uh-huh.
that he could be
Run
in.
around in, yeah. Did you leave him in that when you went to work?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he went back to his crate. And as both of us have bigger dogs, they're both labs.
Yeah.
They grew, so like he had a very small crate to begin with, but
Yeah.
now has this massive crate now.
Yes.
And I just remember having to, I mean, I either gave away or sold away, I can't remember which one, his smaller ones because I didn't need them anymore.
Yeah, yeah. I had to do the same thing. I gave away his crate, his smaller puppy crate, and yeah, now he has a massive one. But yeah, I think one thing that benefited me when I was raising trout in puppyhood was that I did work night shift. So eventually, when it was just me and him, like I was single parenting, I would leave at night, and so he would go to sleep at night. So it's kind of like natural. And we got into a routine when I was working night shift. I'd, get home from work, we'd do a nice long walk, he'd get breakfast, and then I would go to sleep. And then he would wake me up twice a day. Like this is like, in our first, like after about a year, this was our routine. Wake me up twice a day. We'd get up at like between 10 and 12 and go out for a quick potty. And then I would get up like officially at like 3 p.m. And then I'd be up for my day. Like, we'd go for a nice long walk, lots of exercise, lots of training to, wear his little brain out. And then I would get ready to go to work and, work my night shift, and he would be fine throughout the night.
How much training did you do?
Oh, we did a lot
Sorry,
of...
that's not saying that Trout is not trained. He is very much trained.
That was a very skeptical...
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, very skeptical question. We did a lot of training, actually. When he was a puppy, I mean, we did a lot. The best advice I ever got, and I will bequeath this advice to all of our listeners, is that a well-behaved dog is a tired dog. And I got that advice because I was losing my mind when he was like probably 6 to 8 months old in that terrible teenage phase of puppyhood. And I posted a picture of him and I was like, I need help because he's like great. But like in typical lab fashion at that time, he had just barely started eating. Like he ate like the heel off of a shoe. And he ate a work shoe that was like brand new. I'd worn one shift.
I wanted to kill Roman because I just found out he took a bite out of
recently?
fourth wing.
Oh no, that was very bad. He's laying at my feet right now.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, so I was like, what do I do? And I got really good advice, and I took that and I ran with it. So like before, like that after 3 o'clock, like we went on it was like a minimum 2-mile walk right before work, and then and that would tire him out, but then we'd do some brain games, and we'd just do, like, fun things like puppy push-ups, and, we played hide and go seek, which he
Oh, yeah.
loved when he was a puppy. I had an
Okay.
upstairs and a downstairs when he was a puppy, and, I'd make him sit on one level, and then I'd run around and find a hiding spot on the different level, and then say, "Okay," and then he'd come and sniff around and find me. So, like, we would play a lot of games to wear his little brain out, and then and I had a pet camera so I could watch him throughout the night, and he would just be sitting on the chair that outlooked the window in the living room, just looking sad and sleeping. So he was fine, and it worked out so nice, and I think that was, like, the best way to go about having a dog. Like, if you work night shift, it works out pretty well for you.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
And I feel like Trout is very different than Roman in the terms of Trout has facial expressions that will melt a heart of ice.
Yes.
And so when you do leave him, he does give you that weird, like, dude, you're leaving me. Like, what's up with that?
So sad. He knows how to play it.
He does.
Has puppy eyes.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
He makes it look so easy for everybody else.
Yeah. Day shift, though, is different.
Is it?
I don't know if it's that it's different for him or that I have more guilt leaving him for longer.
I'd just say expound on that. Let's
Yeah,
do it.
because it's still the same amount of time that I'm gone,
Mhm.
but like that's during waking hours. But it's funny because like even if I have the day off and I'm home all alone, I'm home with him all day, I should say, not all alone.
All alone.
Like he sleeps most of that time anyways.
Well, yeah, they're older now. They don't have to.
Well, not only that, but like dogs sleep like 16 to 18 hours a day regardless.
I know. And then they're terrors the rest of the time.
Yeah, and then when they're awake, they're absolutely nuts. But I don't know. I think I have more guilt just because I think I associate human actions with my dog. I guess you would say. And I'm like, oh, he's probably devastated. Like he needs human interaction. He doesn't always get a walk on my 12-hour shifts, which some people would be absolutely appalled by. But he's good. Like he doesn't need it. Like I get home, like before I go to work, he gets like a 30-minute walk. And when I get home from work, he gets a minimum 30-minute walk, if not longer. He doesn't ever have an accident. He hasn't had an accident since he was like a year old, as far as, being gone for long periods of time. Mm-hmm. Like he's built for it. He's used to it. He's fine. He's happy. He's spoiled. Like
this dog is spoiled.
Yeah, like he's well taken care of. I think, and it's not like that kind of lifestyle is not for every dog. And a lot of people would probably argue that, like, I can't believe you do that with a lab, but
you can't go 12 hours without peeing. They shouldn't go 12 hours without.
Yeah. But he is like the most well-behaved lab. He doesn't get kennelled like during the day.
Which is amazing.
He doesn't get into the garbage. He doesn't eat the drywall. He doesn't eat shoes. Like he doesn't even eat his toys. When the only time he like chews his toys up is when I'm actually in his presence, and he's doing it because he wants attention because I'm not interacting with him in the toy. Right. Like he's like. And again, that probably is like all of the training that we did paying off. But he is like the best lab. Like I know really people, not Roman, but I know other labs that are just like absolute monsters when their humans are not around, or even when their humans are around. So
I think Roman would be a monster when I'm not around. But I put him in a crate for 12 hours.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that would probably be. I can just hear all my vegan counterparts saying, how dare you do that as a vegan? But lo and behold, I do not want my stuff chewed up.
Yeah. And again, like it's not like that every day. Like when I'm off, I come take care of Roman. Like you've taken Trout out for me. Mm-hmm. Like I try not to work multiple shifts in a row. And if I am working multiple shifts in a row, then I try and see like, oh, hey, like what time do you go to work? Can you just stop by and just like check on Trout? Take him out to pee real quick. It's not often that like this is happening multiple days in a row. It's, we have a good community where we live, and we have friends that live in our apartment complex, and we help each other out, which is great.
It makes it a lot easier, for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, the 12-hour struggle is real.
Yeah. Just like raising children, it takes a village.
Yeah, some people don't believe that though. So I'll I am one that believes it. Just FYI.
Okay.
So what about like the health and habits? We broached it a little bit with Trout and like how we leave them for long hours, and luckily we have the community to be able to have that. But what about when they're sick?
Oh boy.
We've told you a little bit about the story of when Trout was not acting the greatest.
When did we talk about that? Was that last season?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have. What do you do when your pet is sick? Well, you panic, you call your friends. You make them come do an assessment as well, because you wonder if you're just having anxiety or if there's something really wrong.
Did we talk about this?
I don't know, but Christopher, we just talked about having a community and it taking a village. Well, I got home from work one night and we went for a walk. He was acting totally normal and he ate his dinner. And then like maybe 20 minutes later, I had like my headphones on and I was doing stuff around the apartment. And I realized that like Trout was panting and he just looked like he was in distress and in pain. And I was like, okay, am I losing my mind, or am I just being like, so I called I texted Christopher and sent him videos.
Yeah, you did not call me.
Yeah, no, we didn't call, but I sent him videos of Trout breathing, and I was like, do you think this is weird? Can you come see him and see if he like acts weird or he acts as normal, like excited to see yourself? And he was like, yeah, okay, and came over, and Trout was not acting his normal, excited to see himself, and we're like, well, Christopher was like, yeah, you should probably bring him to the emergency vet, and I was freaking out at this time. So Christopher was like, I can go with you, the saint that he is. And this is at 10:30 at night on a work night.
Yeah.
And the emergency vet, like closest to us, was like, oh, we're so busy, can't take him, try this place. So we ended up driving like an hour away.
Luckily you drove.
I drove, as crazy as I am feeling. And then had to go.
Actually, I really should have drove. I don't know why I let you drive.
I actually locked my keys in the car that night, but
Did you really?
Yeah, do you remember when we left? So we were at we'll shorten the story because it's quite long and it's very traumatic, but
Oh yeah, I do remember this.
Trout ended up being fine, and ultimately I think it was gas. They told me he has arthritis, but I was like, yeah, he's 8. Of course he has arthritis. That seems like a coincidental finding, but okay, I'm glad he's fine. Can we please leave? We got there at like 10:30 at night. We didn't leave there until like 3:30 in the morning. And I go to like we're outside trying to get in the car. I'm like patting my pockets for my keys, and I'm like, oh my God. And I look in my window and I could see my keys in my driver's seat. I was like, but luckily I have an app on my phone that unlocked my car doors, so it wasn't a big deal. But the panic, that very like small amount of time that set in, I was like, oh my God. So that was quite the night. So like you have to prepare yourself for these emergency situations, not only mentally, which you're always going to be thrown off and upset, but like know that it's going to happen. It's inevitable when you have a dog or you have any kind of pet, but also you should financially prepare. Christopher, you have like health insurance on Roman, like vet.
Interestingly enough, insurance. I actually have 2.
You have 2?
I have a private and then one through not my primary job, but through my secondary job.
There's 2 ways to play it. I mean, if you have insurance, that's great. And Christopher is doubly prepared with his 2 plans. I don't think, knock on wood, Roman hasn't had any major emergencies, which is great. I play on the edge of danger, and I don't have any insurance on Trout.
But you do. You financially have insurance.
I'm financially prepared to pay whatever I need to pay to save him. But like that's the thing. Like if you're gonna have a pet, if you make the decision to get a pet, make the decision to afford the pet. Don't get a pet and not think about those things in the future. Like there was definitely a reason why I waited a long time to get a pet. well, I wanted to be more financially secure. I wanted to be able to afford to give it the best care and the best life. And I think everyone that gets a pet, comes from a good place. They want the companionship. They want to love something and they
Right.
want to care for it. But if you're not financially in a spot where you can do it, it's just not your best decision. So you shouldn't.
Financially or time, really.
Yeah, and I'll get off my soapbox on that, but I just had to say it.
I had to get on it first.
Yeah. But yeah, you gotta prepare for the costs of emergency care and vet bills. It's it's not a cheap thing. It's not only in emergencies you need
Yeah.
to bring your pet to the vet, at least once a year, if not more frequently. They need to go and get their checkups just like us.
I mean, I think this one's getting at least twice. This one, I'm pointing to Roman, is getting
Twice a year.
twice a year.
Trout goes twice a year too.
Okay. I was like,
Yeah.
am I missing something?
No, he goes twice a year.
Okay.
He gets blood work. Well, now he's a
Oh,
so sad. Now he gets senior blood work, so he has to get it twice a year. But
geriatric.
he's
now.
geriatric, which is heartbreaking. He's the cutest little geriatric.
He is. He's
Oh, yeah.
my favorite of the geriatric.
Mine too. Okay, travel dilemma. What do you do when you want to go on a trip and you've got a pet? What do you do?
Well, I mean, wait a minute. This whole emergency room, but like,
What?
we never finished. Like,
Oh, I didn't want to give all the dirty
yeah,
details.
no, yeah, and we don't have to. I'm just like, if in the midst of having a sick pet, yes, you have to be financially like stable, but it goes back to having a community. It really does.
Mm-hmm.
Even if Colby was to have called me and said, "Okay, I feel okay. He's fine. We're not going to go to the emergency room." But tomorrow, and actually the next day, I ended up going to check on him still.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, you
yeah.
did do that.
And so, like, being able to have somebody to go check on him, even if if going kind of along the financial planning and being prepared, like, you should also be financially prepared to either pay someone or, like if you need a rover or a dog sitter to go check on that person. These people,
The person.
Lord, check on that dog,
Or cat or whatever.
or pet, whoever is not, whatever
Mhm.
is not feeling well, you need to have somebody go check on them. And that's, you would do a wellness check, quote unquote, with any person. If you felt like they were not doing well, you would have somebody go check on them. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
you should do that. And then, like, there are times where some people, and this is knowing like stuff from management,
Mm-hmm.
some people truly value their pets, and it's good. And I love Roman, but Roman does not pay my bills.
Christopher.
And so I say that because I will not call out because my dog is sick. I won't.
Well, I think it depends on the definition of how sick he is.
Well, yeah, like if he's convulsing and...
If he has diarrhea outside, you're not going to call out.
No.
If he throws up in your house like 6 times overnight.
Just one time? No, I'm not.
No, not one time. If Trout throws up one time, I don't call out. But
Right.
if Trout spent the whole night throwing up and I didn't get to sleep and I'm like, I probably got to bring him to the vet because something's going on.
No, that
I'm going
is
to call out.
different. Yeah, because I have no way to... I've asked you to take Roman to...
I picked him up at the vet,
Yeah, because I ended up being able to work it out that I could go. But
yeah.
I'm, and I know I'm the outlier here by being so stringent on going to work. But I think you as a nurse that is taking care of a pet need to find that line where you're like, okay, he's okay, really, or like he's thrown up twice and he's giving me weird vibes, but I do need to go to work. Like,
Yeah, and that's when you lean into your community
Right.
or call your dog walker and just say, "Hey, I need you to, like, keep an eye on
Can
him
you just go
today."
check on them today? Yeah.
Yeah, and if you're lucky enough to live near family, maybe you can send your parents or a sibling or whoever nearby to take care of them, drop them off there, whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, it's tricky. I'm not gonna call out if Trout has diarrhea in the morning when we're walking. I'm gonna be like, "Ugh, oh, please don't shit in the house today."
Well, and that's the lucky part about having Roman in the crate. He will probably
Yeah.
just do it in the crate,
Yeah.
or at least around the crate where it's not around the house.
Yeah. No, I mean, but that's also just a part of being a pet parent is, like
Mhm.
and similar to, like, people might hate that I'm comparing it to having a kid, and some people don't care at all, but, like, and similar to being a parent with a child, like, sometimes, like, crazy stuff like that happens, like, your kid you're changing a diaper and the diaper's off and they're peeing across the room, like, you just sometimes you gotta just deal with deal with those things if they come along. With your pets as well, like, sometimes you turn around and your dog just yacked up or your cat just did a hair like, yacked up a hairball and you're like, "What the hell?" Like, those things happen, just gotta be prepared to clean it up and move along, and not every, like, little illness is an emergency, but that's yeah, it's the same with your kids if you ask me, like, I
Yeah.
know a lot of parents that are like, "Ugh, my kid threw up this morning, still sent them to school."
Go ahead.
They weren't running a fever and they felt fine afterwards, so and then I've also heard that like, "Oh, I did that," and then, like, 3 hours later, they're like, "Ugh, the nurse
They're
is
calling
calling me,
me.
I gotta go get my kid."
Yeah. But all of that bleeds into what we were gonna talk about next, which is the travel dilemma. Colby, you love to travel,
I do,
and actually, you're thinking about doing a solo trip hopefully soon, yeah?
perhaps. So what do we do with our pets?
Yeah. What do you do with with Roman?
Well, with Roman, I defer that to
Yeah,
you.
thanks.
But with Trout, okay, it's another expense that you have to think about when you have a dog and you want to travel. I have done a couple of different things. I've had roommates, I've had friends keep him. You've kept Trout for me
Mhm,
here and there.
mhm.
I've also boarded him, but that can get pricey depending on how long you're going to be going for. And then you also have to think like, does your dog get along with other dogs?
Right.
Does your dog fare well with being away from you? Does
Apparently mine does not.
yeah. I've watched Roman for Christopher. Roman
He's a
was
hellion.
a Tasmanian devil. Tried to kill me a few times. No, he did, but he
No,
was
he
fine.
100% did.
He did try and kill me, but it was fine. It was not the worst. But yeah, you have to think about
It
those
wasn't the best.
things. What's your dog's personality? And sometimes it's like, okay, we're gonna try this, and then you find out, like, oh, boarding was not for Sparky, like,
Not Sparky.
or oh my gosh, I asked somebody to watch my cat for me, and they stayed at my house, and my cat was so pissed that somebody was there that they just peed everywhere. Like, they have big feelings about that kind of stuff.
They
Your
do,
your
yeah.
pets do, and they might get really upset when you leave them. So it's something to think about.
And Roman is, like, notoriously hated by cats. So if I have to take him to another person's house, they can't have a cat
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's not going to work.
Yeah, Trout is very curious, but then he is so big that, he thinks he's playing, but he's really, like, slapping him around, and they're like, "I don't think so. Claws come out."
We're going at it now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so Trout's done it all. Trout's stayed with, family, he's stayed with friends, he has been boarded, and, recently on our last trip when we went to New York City, I had someone come and stay at my place because he's getting to the age now where being boarded, he just doesn't do the best.
Mhm.
And when he was younger, totally fine, unfazed, and then as he's gotten older, he doesn't like to eat when he's there, and so then that turns into tummy issues for him, and it ends up being a whole thing that we have to go through. So we're at this ripe age of 8. No, I'm going to try to avoid boarding him unless I absolutely have to going forward.
Well, I can always watch him.
Yes, I do. I am very lucky, again, that I have you as a core person in my community, and that Trout just adores you. He probably would choose you over me every day. And I say that often. Trout loves men in general, and Trout would choose a man over me most days, even though I feel like I birthed him and I spoiled the crap out of him, but he would choose a man over me most days. Terrible. Yeah, so it gets expensive, though, like, when you're having other people watch your animal for you.
Yeah, which it was really cool to hear that you had somebody spend the night and was able to, like, chill at your place so that you can have Trout to be seen. I have also have you, other than going to your families, have you taken Trout with you to any places?
Oh, yeah, Trout does love to travel.
Oh.
Yeah, we've gone to I try to take them. I do try to take them with me. The only thing that, like, deters me from taking is at the added expense. So usually, like, if you go, I look at Airbnbs most often, like, and see what pets. And so it's harder, one, to find places that accept pets, but two, when you do find them, it's an extra fee. But he's been to cabins. He's gone to cabins quite frequently in the woods for camping trips. He's gone to ski chalets for when we go skiing, for a weekend long trip, and he just hangs out while we ski all day. And it's so nice to, like, spoiled. When I say he's spoiled, like, he's going to the mountain to hang out while we ski all day. Like, he's going camping with us. Where else has he gone? He's gone to the beach. Goes to the beach every year for a week, and it's his favorite week of the year.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, he gets absolutely spoiled at the beach. Yeah, but yeah, he definitely comes places. But again, it's like it's another expense. You got to be prepared, for a deposit. And again, Trout is a literal angel and doesn't do anything bad. So I never have to worry about it. But you could lose those deposits if your dog does something crazy.
Right.
So you have to be, you can bring them with you, and that's great. But it make running a risk.
Have you ever canceled a trip because of Trout?
Not a trip that I think our listeners know that we live in an area that's far away from our families and that we're kind of like independent.
Right.
Last summer when we went to the emergency vet with him, the following week I was supposed to go home to visit my family. And I didn't want to put him through the stress of driving the multiple hour drive. Normally he does okay, but also as he's gotten older, long drives stress him out. So I was like, okay, we just barely recovered from this, like, incident. Let's not put him through this multiple hour long drive of stress. So I ended up canceling that trip, and we ended up waiting and went a month, like almost 2 months. It was like end of the next month to our beach trip, and he did fine then. But yeah, it's something to think about when those things come up. It's like, okay, well, if I am going to book something, maybe I should book something with insurance, because if I have to cancel because of something coming up, I'm like, what could that something be? Oh, my dog.
And that insurance is more expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, it's another expense.
Yeah. But, I've never actually paid for a sitter, and I've never boarded Roman either.
Yeah. Well, he's a very lucky boy.
Yeah. But I will drive. Well, luckily, my family my father is able to, he's retired now, so he's a little bit more mobile. And he was able to come and pick Roman up the last time when we went to New York.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So that was nice.
Trout almost stayed with him.
Well, they would have found a way. Isaiah, my younger brother, was definitely having fun with Roman. He would send pictures and be like, what is your dog doing?" as he is laying on his back, kind of like chilling.
Just being a weirdo.
Yeah.
Speaking of weirdos, Trout's being very odd tonight. There we go. Looking at me very suspiciously.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting. I think if I had and Roman's like, "Come on, we can play." And so I think if I had to, like, narrow it down, I think I would prefer to bring Roman with me than paying a sitter. Like, I would pay the deposit.
Yeah. It ends up being a little bit cheaper sometimes depending on where the deposit is. The thing about bringing your dog when you go on a trip is then you also have to be, like, you have to time schedules around, like, what you're doing, how long you're going to be away from, what are you going to be doing when you're on that trip. Doesn't make sense. Like, it's It's kind of like it kind of takes away the vacation part of the vacation because you don't get to like rest, relax, and not think about your responsibilities. You have to be like, I would argue for myself, an anxious being, that you're like more aware of like your dog than you ever are before because you're not at home and you do have to be, like,
Yeah, you're like, what is he done to do something bad?
yeah.
Like what if he does
Or
something
not
bad?
even like just that, but then you think like this place that you're staying at isn't necessarily like pet proofed and like could they get into something, could
yeah,
they
yeah.
like who knows, I don't know, my anxiety brain, like could they knock something over with their happy tail and
Right,
like
yeah.
break a art
Oh,
fixture or like break a glass, like just like something that's completely innocent but
Right.
like they're just so happy their happy tail knocked it
Yeah,
over,
yeah.
like just like that vigilance that you have to have, like sometimes that causes me a little more anxiety. I don't always get to enjoy myself fully. Like when we're at the beach, there's a lot of us that come in and out of the house. And when he was younger, he would be very anxious because we would all leave in the morning to go to the beach. And then he, we usually come back like early afternoon and he would get a ton of attention. But that first, like everybody packing up the car. So everybody's in and out, in and out, in and out. And then he's like, wait, they're leaving. And then he would try to juke us at the door. And then there were times, and there's also like water near the house that he'd like, get outside and run into the salt pond and then smell like a sewer for like, just like classic mischief.
Yeah.
But that, like in those early years of him like getting to go on these trips was always a little more chaotic and stressful for me than they are these days. These days he's like so chill. It's like the best to take him somewhere because he's just like, all right, I'm here.
What's up?
What's up? Lays down on his back like you were just saying Roman was doing. He's like, pet me. Like rub my belly.
Wait, I'm here. Yeah, and I've told the tall one that when you go on a solo trip, if you're going on a vacation, don't bring your pet. Like,
yeah, if you can,
yeah, like it, because of that, specifically for that reason, you're no longer able to disconnect from the responsibility of having to take care of a pet and then enjoying wherever you are.
Yeah.
To have fun. Like you should just be able to go and do at any time and any event without having to think about, oh, I need to be back in 2 hours to make sure I feed my pet or
yeah. I think it's like the one caveat to that is just like depending on the type of trip that you're on. Because I think going on like a camping trip when we've been in the cabin, like that's been so fun to take them because like we're only doing things that are outside anyways. And it's fun to take your dog on hikes and sit out by the fire and like that kind of stuff. So depending on the trip you are, if you're going to the city to like go to museums and like see a show or whatever, like not only that, but like your dog doesn't want to sit in a hotel while you're like running around doing that kind of stuff anyways. So like you also have to think like what would be the most beneficial for the dog? Like does he want to go on this trip? Like they don't really want to do that. They'd rather be at home or, be with people that can take them out and give them a little extra attention and have a little fun with another dog or whatever, So it's something to think about as well. It's just like what exactly are you going to be doing on this trip?
True.
So, whether it's travel gill or early morning vet runs, being a nurse and a pet parent is a whole new level of multitasking.
And that's the perfect setup for our next segment, because sometimes the wins and woes come with paw print. Welcome to Nursing Wins and Woes, our favorite therapy session that doesn't require a copay.
Every shift comes with something to celebrate and something to survive. This week, we're adding our pets to the mix. What are your wins and woes from balancing long shifts and pet parent life?
Okay, so in terms of Roman's woe, I did not come to find out that this was a thing until Morgan and Danielle told me. It was around my birthday, and they went to get Roman for me, or for some reason. And they also decided to celebrate my birthday, which, I do not like. And as I get there, they had all these things up and had all this celebration stuff, which was great. Yay, thanks. But they then send me a picture after I get home and settled and told them I saw what they did. And it's pictures of Roman, because I was like, oh, I'm going to start trying to get him to, not be in the crate and allow him to hang out outside. Let me tell you.
Oh, no.
He had chewed up.
All the pictures?
Not all the pictures, but he had chewed up a coaster, the wooden and marble one that I had. He chewed the wood part. He chewed up a
Oh, so this wasn't that long ago. In the last year?
No.
2 years?
It was when we were in the old apartment.
Oh. So 2 years ago?
Yeah. He had chewed up a TV remote, and he had chewed up something else. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I was livid that my dog would do something like that.
Not your dog.
I know. And once again, I had to check him this just 3 days ago because he chewed the binding of a book.
Sir, very naughty.
I was so mad. And it wasn't like it was, I read before bed, so it's sitting on my pillow, my passenger pillow, the pillow I don't use. And
were you home when he did it?
I don't know. I have no clue. He must have.
You could have been out here and he was in your bed just gnawing away.
No, but the thing is, he doesn't usually get in my bed unless I'm in it. So I'm thinking, this is my Sherlock skills coming out.
Okay.
My deduction is that I was sleeping.
He did it while you were asleep?
He had to. He was like, let me nibble on that a little bit.
He's like, this is my time.
Yeah.
This is my time to be naughty. You better be careful, sir, because you'll start getting crated at night.
Sure enough. Don't.
Bliss.
I will do it.
Oh, my. Oh, gosh. Okay. Well, Trout, in his long 8 years, has many woes, but I'll share a little more health stuff with him.
Okay.
He's had a GI issue since he was a baby. He had gotten overgrowth of Clostridium in his stomach, and so every now and then, if his feeding schedule gets messed up, the overgrowth kind of resurfaces, and then he gets diarrhea for a couple of days. And so there are many things that I have done to combat this, and we've tried different diets and supplements, and he's been, he's had, when he's in these bouts, he has to take Flagyl and Carafate and all of these other human medications. It's so funny to me that when I give my dog when he's sick, and I'm like, I give this to patients. So anyways, as you can imagine, as we were kind of talking about earlier, you sometimes have to deal with accidents. And and I'm going to knock on wood because we've been on a good clip. I would say.
You should have said that. That's the part.
It's probably been about a year, I don't know, and he's acting a little funny tonight.
You just keep going and stop.
Listen, we talked about superstitions last week, and we know I'm not that superstitious.
But you've knocked on wood twice in this episode.
I have knocked on wood, but I'm going to keep talking and knocking on wood. But it's probably been almost a year, if not it's been it was once in the new apartment. So it's been about 6 months.
Once in the new apartment?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember this. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. I came home from work and I opened up the door and I just, the smell instantly. And I was like, I think I was on the phone and I opened up the door and I just got hit with the smell of poop, his diarrhea. And I was like, no, before I even turned the lights on, I was like, no. I turned, the light on in the kitchen, and then I just see him very sad and sullen walk out of my bedroom. And he just, like Christopher said, he makes the faces. Yeah. He had the saddest face. Like, he felt so guilty. And he does. Like, when he's done this in the past when he was younger, like, he will nose the carpet, like, trying to cover it up because he's so upset that he's, like, made his nose raw and bleed. Yeah, and bleed. So he didn't have that this time because he did it in the kitchen, which was kind of like a nice thing for him to do because it was on the linoleum wood floor. And so I was able to just, like, clean it up and disinfect with bleach and move on. But that is our woe, is that, your pet will that you're gonna have these accidents. So coming home from a 12-hour shift, and he had one of these GI bugs that came out of nowhere as they do, and had like a cow plop. I kid you not, a cow plop of diarrhea on the floor. I was like, no, this is terrible. And he just looked so sad. He's like, sorry, Mom, I just couldn't hold it. It was bad.
I was trying so bad.
I was trying so bad.
He probably was.
I know. What a poor baby.
I think a win for me, though, I've gotten a date from having Roman.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Oh, I totally believed you, because I can see that. I honestly, if I didn't have a dog and I saw a guy with a dog, a puppy, like I always like, can I pet your puppy? Like that's a chick magnet right there. Yeah, it's a human magnet. Everybody loves a puppy.
Yeah. And yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Everybody loves a dog. It doesn't matter. As long as they're nice, as long as they're not like yapping at me for some weird reason, I will gravitate toward a dog before I would gravitate toward a human. But in terms of a real win, because me getting a date is not it, I would say that honestly, Roman has been a fun little exercise partner. Like he runs with me pretty well with the little, around the waist, leash. And though at first when you start to like go on a run, he will try to outrun you. He quickly realizes that his energy does not match the enthusiasm he has for running. And so he'll slow down and actually match my pace. But it does take a little bit. Oh, you're finally done to decide to use your Lammy. Okay. Cool.
It's because Trout's here.
Yeah. It's only because Trout's here.
Yeah. Trout has an obsession with lamb chop like a lot of dogs do, which is funny because I had an obsession with lamb chop when I was little, when she was a TV show before she was the ultimate dog toy.
Really?
I loved lamb chop.
I did not know it was a TV show.
What? You're a millennial. It was like on PBS. It was free to everyone. You were a child.
Yes.
To circle back, what is my win about being a pet parent? I would say, I don't know if you would consider this a cop-out, but I just think that, like...
you like to give a lot of cop-outs on these win and woes.
Well, I was just going to say, like, my win is that I just have, like, the perfect dog. Like, it's
not a lie, though.
Do I have to take him to the emergency vet every once in a while? Maybe. Yes. Does he have accidents in the house due to his GI issue? Yeah, very rarely these days, but yes. There are a lot of woes to being a pet parent, but I think he's perfect and in the way that he is, and I love him so much.
The fact that he won't let you pick him up, though, is...
Well, he's a big boy. He doesn't like it.
Roman likes it.
Trout does not like it.
I know.
He's a picky man, okay? He's getting kind of crotchety in his old age, but he always didn't like his feet touched, and he doesn't, even though I touch them all the time as a puppy, and he's just a weirdo. And he doesn't like to be picked up, which is like a fun activity for one of our friends. Whenever she is overserved, she makes it a project of hers to pick him up. Actually, I was just looking through Snapchat memories, and there's one of her picking him up. Like video, and he just looks like, what are you doing to me? And he's heavy. He's no tiny lab. But yeah, no, I just think that like my win is that I just ended up with like this great first dog. Like people say, like that's your life pet, like your life. I don't know. What do they say? They don't know. Think your life dog. I don't know. But we're connected. We're bonded. We're soul bonded, and there will never be another
spirit animal.
No, not my spirit animal.
Oh.
People say like that, like you're just like deeply connected to some pets of yours. Like he is like my soul pet, and we're deeply connected, and there will never be another, and I probably will never love a pet more than I've ever loved him. Like
your twin flame?
He's my twin flame. He is. I mean, that dog that you get in your 20s, people also say like, oh, that dog that got you through your 20s, like that connection, like it's never going to compare. Like that's so true. And I just love him to death. I wish I could clone him. I wish he could live forever. And the deep sadness that I get randomly sometimes just looking at him. I'm like, oh, I can cry right now talking about it. But like, I truly, Christopher's like, please don't cry again. Please stop crying. You do this all the time when you talk about him getting older. And I do, like, I will. It's just like, it's so crazy. And I think also as he gets older, like, I get more anxious when he doesn't act himself. And tonight is one of those nights, like, he's absolutely fine. He's just chilling, like, staring at us, but he is just being like a little different than what he normally is, and nothing extreme. Like, he doesn't look like he's in distress. He doesn't look like he's in pain. He's just like chilling. He looks tired. And I'm like just watching him like a hawk. I'm like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? And I think he's like closing his eyes, and then I'm like, what's wrong with you? And he just looked up like, will you chill out?
Will you settle down?
But like, my anxiety with him getting older is just like realizing that like he won't live forever, and I should have like another 4 years with him, right? But you just never know what's gonna happen. And as your like beloved pets get older, it's like the hardest thing to also, I don't know, I feel like I'm like early grieving, even though I have no reason to be. It's wild. It's absolutely wild what you go through owning a pet, and just like, oh man, it's the worst, but it's the best. Like, I would never say never own a pet, because I think that they add so much value to your life, and they're just like the funniest little creatures ever. And it's like, they are creatures. Like, isn't it so weird that we've domesticated a wolf to the point where like we sleep in the same bed?
Yeah.
Like, he sleeps next to me on my passenger pillow. Like, it's not a passenger pillow, it is Trout's pillow. Like, head on pillow. Like, that's his spot. Like, he's on the left side, I'm on the right, and we have our places in the bed. I do have to kick him out of my spot sometimes, but like, he is my best friend. He's just the best boy. He's the best guy. So that's my win. My win is just him existing. All right. That's this week's Nursing Wins and Woes. Proof that every nurse's week has a little fur and a lot of feelings, clearly.
And we couldn't trade it for anything except maybe a nap.
Facts.
Alrighty, wrapping this up, the good stuff about pets.
Yeah, let's end on the positive. I do feel like we complained heavily about how much of a financial burden that they can be in the first half of the podcast, but that's reality. So you got to talk about that. But there's so many good things about having a pet. And like I was just saying, like in our segment break, like I would never tell anybody to not ever own a pet, because they do add so much value to us. Mm-hmm. I think I've touched on like my mental illnesses of just anxiety, and and we had a whole podcast about helpful things to deal with that. And
yeah,
go back to season 1 and listen to it if you need some help managing your anxiety at work. But one way to manage your anxiety from work is to have a lovely little emotional support animal.
And they can really be at all ages and sizes
and types. I mean, yeah. I have friends that have snakes, that they love their snakes like the same way I love trout, and they get the same kind of emotional support, which is wild to me. Like, I could never. That's cool. I'm glad that they get that, but like absolutely adore their 2 ball pythons, BALL, I think. Christopher's like, I don't know. He's like, I don't have them for a reason. I have friends that have cats. I have friends that have guinea pigs. Oh, I have friends. They're little squeakers, little squeaky things.
Squeaky.
What do you have any friends that have, or like people that you know that you work with that have just like a exotic animal?
No, actually, I don't know anybody that has an exotic one. I do know so someone that has spiders as a pet.
Oh,
yeah, they're tarantulas.
How many?
2.
They work in healthcare?
No.
Oh. No shade, but that's not for me.
I think the readers, the listeners would think a little bit different about your shade, Chloe.
Yeah, that one's not for me, but there's nothing better than coming home and like Oh, I think we said it in the beginning of the podcast, but like you open up the door and I hear Trout even if he hears me unlock the door and I hear his little tippy tappies on the ground because he's so excited I'm home, like I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see his face. I'm like, oh, and like instantly, like all the work stress just
Goes away.
melts away.
Goes away.
Yes.
Yeah, and it really the stress, and then also like going back to my win, like they can motivate you to be a little bit more active in your exercise. Like
they kind of force you to be.
I mean, yeah, you have to go out and walk. Well,
if you have a dog. If you have a dog,
if you have a dog.
I will totally agree with exercise motivation, especially having a dog. I actually lost like 40 pounds after I got Trout.
Holy frick.
Yeah, which is crazy. I mean, of course, it was like after a time of like leaving college where you like put weight on from drinking and like eating bad food. But I think that and the combination of like increasing the amount of time that I'm out walking a very energetic chocolate lab puppy, like the combination helped me lose weight very quickly, which is wild. Maybe not 40 pounds, maybe it was more like 20 pounds, but that's still significant.
That is still significant.
And like there's and we've talked about this in the like mental health episode from last season, but like getting outside and exposing yourself to sun, especially during the winter months when SAD hits and you know we have less sunshine and our days are shorter, like you are so unmotivated to go outside during those months because it's cold, you're already miserable, you're like, I don't want to be anywhere but in my bed in the dark. But when you have a dog, you don't really get that choice. Like you've got to buck up because that dog's got to, at the very least, exercise itself.
And we didn't talk about that.
What?
When we're feeling sick.
Yeah, that's true. That we could have hit in our woes, but like when you're sick as a human, like you still have responsibilities to your animals. Like when I got COVID back in when COVID first hit the US in 2020, in March of 2020, I got COVID at the end of April, beginning of May. And I still had, even though I thought I was dying, could barely walk 10 feet without like my respirations jumping up and my sats dropping low. I still had to walk that guy. Yeah. It was terrible, but I was committed. But like, yeah, you have to be aware of that. But yeah, like they will get you outside regardless, whether it's rain, snow, sleet. Like you are the mailman out there because you've got a commitment, you've got a job to do, and that's take care of that pet. And lucky if you have a cat or a fish or you know, something that doesn't necessarily need to be supervised outside, but lucky if you got a fenced in backyard, you can just open up that door. But
that I'm jealous of any person that has that.
Yeah, any person that has that on a rainy day. Very jealous vibes.
I have on multiple occasions been like, why am I not smart enough to be able to design like a robot walker?
Oh, I mean, they've got that Tesla robot that's looks like a human now. I mean, not in my affordable budget.
Oh, yeah. Yours? Mine either.
I don't even know if that's actually widely available for people to even purchase, but I do know that like Kim Kardashian did a photo shoot with one. And that's a sidebar for another day. But yeah, that would be wonderful if we can just get robot dog walkers.
Yeah. Like because
for bad weather days.
Like what if I'm running late? If I'm running late, that's another thing. If I'm running late, I still have to take care of this dog.
I mean, if the robot can walk the dog, then it could feed the dog. And then if you want to go on a trip, then the robot can take care of the dog then.
This is getting close to iRobot.
This is getting very close to that plot line.
That's a little too much. I don't know if I like that.
All right, scrap that idea. Also, the robot that Tesla made looks like the robots from iRobot.
No.
Yeah.
Will Smith, we need your help.
Help. Oh, that movie was nuts.
We don't need you to lose your weight.
Yes. Conversation starters.
Yeah. Do you know what?
Like, it's the best.
It is.
It's easy.
Show a picture of your dog and instantly people start talking.
It's a great way to connect with your patients.
Yes.
It's such a good way to easy, like, you're like throwing yourself a bone. Like most people have pets of some sort.
Some sort.
You have a confused person, confused old lady, confused old man, and you're trying to kind of like redirect them. Oh, hey, Miss Sue, tell me, do you have any pets at home?
Yep.
And all of a sudden she's talking to you about her dog. And then you can, oh, what kind of dog is it? Oh, wow, I have a dog. Then let me show you a picture of my dog. Oh, and then, you've redirected the conversation. The patient's happy.
And
We're
then that's
talking about
calm.
something they
Yep.
love.
Yeah.
It's reducing their stress.
Right.
Yeah, great conversation starter at work, outside of work.
Anywhere.
Love an icebreaker when you go around and share a fun fact about yourself. I have a chocolate lab named Trout. I got friends everywhere all of a sudden.
Well, and the thing is, you also have a very unique name for a dog.
I do get a lot of compliments on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's true.
So, I mean, I think overall, like it, and, we hit on it, babe magnet for sure.
Easily. For men and women. Again, one, everybody likes a puppy. So if you have a puppy, you can't walk 3 feet. There's a older man who lives across the street from our, not old, he's retirement age, but like early retirement, who lives across the street from our apartment complex.
My dad is early retirement.
Yeah, so he's not old. No, I said not old, just retirement age. A young, older man. Older, not old, older than me.
Yes.
He just got a chocolate lab puppy.
Oh, did he really?
You never seen Samson out there?
I haven't seen Samson
yet. There is a chocolate lab puppy named Samson, and he's probably about 12 weeks now, if I'm doing the math correctly real quick. He's like 12 to 14 weeks, and he's getting bigger by the day, but that poor guy, he can't... we also live across the street from like a coffee shop, some restaurants, so it's really convenient for us. And I'm out there all the time because I'm walking Trout. So Trout has met Samson, and I saw.
Oh no, you took a picture of it.
I sent it to the group, to our group chat. But I was sitting out having coffee maybe 2 weeks ago with a friend outside the coffee shop, and Samson was on his morning walk with his dad, and that man could not get 3 feet without someone new stopping him. And I was like, this poor guy, but also let me get in line. And I was on the ground rolling around with puppy Samson. Like, it doesn't matter how old you are. Like, if you have a puppy, you're a magnet for human beings. Mm-hmm. But not only that, like, if you have a dog anywhere, like, if I'm not with Trout and I see another dog, I'm like, can I pet your dog? Dogs at the hospital, therapy animals. Oh. And I know that circles back to pet stress relief and emotional support and all of that. The therapy animals at the hospital. Oh my God, does my day just turn around when we get some of our therapy dogs. Oh my God. It's the best day ever. I have so many pictures on my phone of the therapy dogs at our health system.
Not the therapy dogs.
And our therapy dogs also they have they're like player cards from like when you played sports as a kid. Yeah. And there's like the picture of them on the front, a professional photo. And on the back, it's like their age and what their name is and like their favorite things. And like, it's just
they have those stats. Yeah.
It's their stats. And we collect them on our unit. And we have them taped along the inside of the nurse's station. So whenever we meet a new dog, we always ask, like, do you have a player card that we can add to our collection? Like, Acute Cards is like the biggest fan of the hospital therapy dogs. They are, oh my God. I saw one today and I was like, April! And like screaming, running down the hall. I was like, ah! April is a golden retriever. Aww. And her handler or owner is this elderly man and when I say he's very elderly, he's got white hair, he toddles around, he's very cute.
Toddles.
Well, yeah, he's a little, his gait is not steady. Oh. I'm like, I get a little nervous.
Steadies him.
Yeah, I think April does steady him. Oh. But April's so gentle and like, she's so cute.
How old is April?
She's probably 3, I think, 3 or 4. Okay. She's young, but she has the best disposition, and she's a little plump. And he always dresses her up. She wears pearls.
Oh my
Do you know
gosh.
the one I'm talking
Yes,
about? So you know the owner, that I'm right.
Yes.
She always wears like a jewelry, and she gets dressed up like a princess, and she goes to the peds floor a lot. But yeah, I caught her in the hallway today, and I was like fangirling. I was like, I haven't seen you in so long, good girl. Ugh, I love her. But yeah, I love the therapy dogs. I just went on a full tangent. Clearly, I need a lot of therapy dogs in my life.
They in the outpatient world have been saying that I need to bring Roman as a therapy dog. And I'm like, they're like, we can give him a little bed right here. And I'm like, no.
Can you imagine Roman? He would be like hopping like a jackrabbit
He would
around.
have so much fun.
He would.
And that's why he's not a therapy dog.
Yeah, he would have too much fun.
He would have too much fun.
Trout would, for the record, would also have too much fun. Like, he's perfect, but like, he's still a lab. Like, he would be all over the place just trying to, like, he loves hard, and he loves people, but he would be knocking down those old people left and right.
Yeah.
And kids, he would be like, oh, you're my size. Let's play.
Let's play. You're mine.
He thinks he's playing. On Halloween, we live in a very, like, kid-heavy area, but also, like, a lot of developments where we live, like housing developments, and you could just tell on Halloween that people were just driving in from other areas and parking on the side of the road. So it was insane on Halloween where we live. And I took Trout outside at like 6:30 thinking like, okay, this is like a good time real quick to take Trout out to pee before it gets too dark out and there's more kids running around. I don't know why I thought that, because like obviously young kids are out at 6:30. They're just starting their trick-or-treating, and Trout was like, ho, 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 ho. Like, imagine a bunch of small children about the size of an 80-pound lab, and they're playing. They're having a good time. That actually makes me happy. Is Trouty doing that?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, he's
he
fine.
Found the Lammy.
Yeah, he found Lammy. That makes me happy that he's doing that, though. He's acting more himself. Maybe he just needed a little nap. He had a little gas. But anyways, to refocus, imagine just like a bunch of kids about the size of an 80-pound lab dressed in costumes that make them look like stuffed animals. Like, he was like, oh, like eyes just huge. Like, oh, I've got like giant lammies to play with. I was like, he peed. I turned right around. I said, we're going back inside because you're going to take down one of these kids. And it would be literally out of love.
Yeah.
But you're going to take down one of these kids. We can't have that today. No. I don't need a lawsuit. I don't need parents freaking out. We don't need the cops called. Like, that would be a disaster. I was like, good thing you peed quickly. We're out of here. Just kids running by, and he's like, oh my God, friends.
Friends.
No, those are not your friends. We're going inside.
Oh God, that's funny. The parallel between caring for patients and caring for pets. Like, what's the difference and what's the similarities?
The care for patients and caring for pets, obviously, in a Venn diagram, the overlapping part is very big. Like,
oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
They're completely dependent on us.
Yeah.
So are patients.
Yeah. In some cases, so are our patients. For me personally, and I know that you have a different relationship with Roman than I have a relationship with Trout.
Yeah.
And I would say my relationship with most animals is different than yours. But
yes,
like,
also true.
Trout is not just my pet. He's not just my companion, but I treat him like my child. There are different schools of thoughts on that, but like, I love him with my entire being. And I don't love my patients with my entire being. I care about them immensely and I empathize with them, but I would compare my love and caring with Trout as I would like if I had birthed him, if he was my child.
And, I mean, you even said that earlier.
I did say that earlier.
Just saying.
Yeah. But in the actual caring part, like, we're doing the same things. We're our patients that can't feed themselves, we're feeding them. We're
picking up their poop.
We're wiping their butts. We're picking up their poop. We are giving them baths. Yeah. We are, like, the actual caring part are the same things, but like the deep level of connection obviously is a little bit stronger with my pet than it is with my patients.
Yeah, I mean, I am of the school of thought that a pet is a pet. I love them dearly and they're great, but they are not my child.
They're your companion.
They are my companion. And I can just hear people yelling at me now, but they're here to serve me.
My mind just explodes. I'm like, I don't understand this, but everyone's different.
Yeah. And, they're here to serve my purpose of having a companion. And yes, I get the benefit of having, an exercise partner, a bay magnet, a conversation starter, but ultimately I'm probably treating them more like my patient than you are, because like, yes, I care about you. I care about you as a patient, and I will give you 100% of who I am as a nurse taking care of a patient. But I'm ultimately able to disconnect when you either leave the hospital or I leave the shift. And I mean, really and truly, as bad as this sounds, when I leave this apartment, I forget about Roman and I fully dive into
I see what you're saying, but I always love to
challenge what
I like to challenge your own thought about the kind of person that you are, because I feel like sometimes you present yourself as more like cool and calculated, not cold, but cool. Would you let your patient sleep in bed with you?
Okay.
Just curious. Stumped you. Your heart is warmer and bigger than you let people think.
No, but
But yes, we do have a different relationship.
True, but
with our
like I'm
dogs.
100% with Roman,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like when I'm here. But I see what you mean. I don't get it. I don't get in my patient's bed.
Yeah, no, me
and
either.
hang
That's
out,
freaking weird.
I can just see that being really bad. Some people, I'm sure, would enjoy it.
Boundaries. Who knows? Who knew her? Never heard of her. But no, there's people out there that are like, that have animals,
right.
and they're like, absolutely not. Animal not allowed in the bed.
Yeah.
Animal
I was
not
at that
allowed
way for a while.
Yeah, well, you don't like Roman on the couch, which is very common. People don't want their animals on the couch. It doesn't just have to be a dog, but Trout let himself on the couch, and you just think he's the best thing ever, so you let him go on the couch.
It's also true.
It's actually so funny because Christopher will do anything for Trout, but like Roman, he's like, boundaries.
Because Trout isn't mine.
But it's funny, like, and I treat Roman like the same way I treat Trout. So like, but Roman's like, wait, no boundaries, no rules, and that's why he's like absolute like insane at my apartment when I keep him. But that's okay. I know it's my fault. I don't blame anyone but myself.
Before we like completely wrap this up, have you had any other pet than a dog?
Oh yeah. I mean, I grew up with cats.
Okay.
I grew up with dogs. At one point we had 2 sheep. We've had a lot of fowl. We've had
interesting. And you talk about birds.
Yeah, we've had, well, they're like ducks and chickens. They don't live inside.
Oh, this is very interesting. Okay.
They didn't live inside. When they were babies, they did for a little while. And probably one of my favorite pets that I've ever had, I had a rabbit in college.
Oh.
And she was litter box trained.
Awesome.
Her name was Millie, or Mildred, Millie for short. She was kind of large. She was pretty big. She was a lion head, and she was awesome. She was like very curious. In a very weird way, a lot of us in my sorority had rabbits. In that classic way that somebody thinks they have a male and a female. But the classic way that someone thinks that they have 2 of the same sex, but it turns out one is a male and one's a female, and you end up with babies. We all were like, oh, awesome, I'll take a baby. So like there were many of us with rabbits in a weird, strange way, in a weird cult-like way. And I was one of them. And she was illegally housed in my college apartment my senior year. Yeah, illegally housed in my college apartment senior year. And when they did apartment inspections, they used to put her in my closet in her cage with a blanket over it and just pray that she wouldn't like rattle it. But she would get, like, I'd let her out and she'd run around and she'd get on my bed and she licked you. They're very affectionate when they're handled a lot. They're like they're very similar to like cats if they're handled a lot.
Huh.
And she was awesome. And the only reason why I had to rehome her was when I moved, because I was living like with my friend and her dad at his house, and I wasn't gonna like bring my pet rabbit when he so graciously allowed us to stay with him while we were getting our feet on the ground. But yeah, I had Millie, and she was my light and joy in college, junior and senior year.
Wow.
That's so funny.
Is there a type of pet you want to have but haven't gotten?
Type of pet that I want to have but haven't gotten. I would like a couple different breeds of dogs in my lifetime. But outside of dogs, I would get a rabbit again, but that's something I've already had. I don't think so. I mean, cats are really low maintenance, and I think they're a great pet to have, and they have such funny personalities, but I despise the idea of a litter box, so that wouldn't be for me. I think we pretty much can deduce that I'm not a bird person. I think it's so funny, like, I'll pick up the dog's poop in a bag, but, like, the idea of having to change a litter box sounds nightmarish, and I hated having to change the rabbit's litter box.
Yeah.
It was, like, such a chore for me.
Right.
I was like, "Oh, I've gotta do it." So, I don't know. I think I would just stick with dogs. What about you?
Which question? I asked you a couple.
Any other pets? Well, why don't you just give me the feedback on all the questions? I feel like you've got an answer queued up for all of them.
So, yes, I have had multiple pets. I've had a gerbil. I've had a my brother had a guinea pig. I had a parakeet. I had a hamster. Had a cat. Had a dog. Had fish.
Oh, of course, fish.
Mm-hmm.
How did I forget?
Well, they weren't memorable to you, apparently.
We had a lot of fish growing up, as you can imagine.
Other than that, though, that's it in terms of... Oh, no. My ex-partner at the time had a ferret.
I was just... When you said guinea pig... what did you say? Gerbil?
Gerbil.
We had ferrets at one point. I think we had like 2 or 3. I was really little. My mom was like, let's get the kids ferrets.
Yeah.
And miserable. They got in the couch. She gave them away.
Oh, she gave them away.
She was like... She had a friend that had ferrets, and she was like, do you want them? He was like, yeah.
And it becomes like this ferret motel.
Yeah. Yeah. Needless to say, I think we had them just like a couple weeks, it felt like. Of course, I was little. We could have had them longer than that, but it felt like maybe a couple weeks. When my aunt listens to this, she'll text me and be like, it was 2 days.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
And then in terms of wanting a pet, a sugar glider.
Oh, yeah, those little squirrel things.
Oh my gosh, they're so cute. And they're so cuddly, and they just, you would have to get 2 because apparently they're really familial. You really
they're
need
social.
They're very social.
Love birds.
But I think that would be, because then I could just like hide it in my pocket and just go places.
I'd be scared I'd lose it. Like I put it in my pocket and then like it falls, like it jumps out and it runs away. They don't apparently do that.
Yeah, I
think that they're just like they want to be with their little humans.
They're marsupial.
Oh yeah,
so they like to be in pockets.
Have you looked into doing that? Seriously?
Yeah. So you have to have a special license.
You've looked into it seriously. I'm trying to think if I know anyone that has any kind of like exotic like animals here.
My brother. At my home state, a possum for a pet.
He can have one or had one?
No, he did not have or neither wants one. But he was working at his job and a person came in with that possum. As a pet.
Was that a special permit, I'm wondering?
It would have to be.
But I've seen some wild things one time at the Walmart here, a little bit further out than where we live, so a little bit more into the country. There was a group of people in the parking lot.
Or this one?
Oh, no, further north, far north. Past our town.
Oh, north.
There was a group of people standing in a circle when I got out of my car to go into this Walmart, and I was like, what's going on? And then all of a sudden I see them passing around a baby raccoon. And I was like, I think that this is just some country weird stuff going on out here. I'm pretty sure that's illegal, and you guys are all going to need a rabies series. But I was interested. It
Not
was
the
pretty
vaccine.
cute. But I kept my distance. I didn't want anyone to put it in my arms, because I'd probably fall in love with it, and that
then
would
you
be a
would want
problem.
one.
And then I would need a rabies series as well.
Yep.
So
Yep.
you got to be careful. I mean, one of our presidents had a skunk as a pet in the White House.
Which president?
Well, hold on. We'll do a Google. Pet skunk.
Why do I not know this? Well, no, actually, that doesn't surprise me. My history is abysmal.
I think it was like do you remember the Ripley's Believe It or Not books? Do you remember those?
No, I remember the show.
Okay, well, they also have books that would always be at like the Scholastic Book Fair. And I think that fact
Was in the Ripley's.
was in the Ripley's Believe It or Not. Okay, I might be confused though. I am seeing that there was a pet raccoon named Rebecca during the Hoover administration that lived at the White House. A skunk is noted to be one of the most unusual pets associated with the White House due to its unique nature. Yvette in 1922 was a skunk owned by a vaudeville performer, and it was brought to the White House. Maybe it was just brought there. Yvette. Maybe that's the picture I've seen. Hold on, let me do weirdest pets at the White House. Weirdest pets at the White House. Okay. An alligator was kept in the bathroom by John Quincy Adams.
Nice.
Martin Van Buren's tiger cubs. A pygmy hippopotamus owned by Calvin Coolidge. Raccoons by the Coolidge family as well. A badger by Teddy Roosevelt and Calvin Coolidge. They both had pet
Wow.
partners.
Okay.
Named Josiah and Tom, respectively.
Wow, what a name.
Woodrow Wilson had sheep. Teddy Roosevelt also had a bear. A black bear.
What?
That's wild. And he also had a hyena. He had a collection of exotic pets. What a random collection. A badger, a hyena. There was a pony named Algonquin. That's more normal. Lots of dogs, possums, goats.
My goodness.
A blue macaw named
Hey.
Eli Yale.
Which a blue macaw is actually not blue. It's the red
With
bird.
the blue tail?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow. There's been some
Let me check
wild.
to make sure, because I just said that on a podcast.
Someone's fact checking us. We need
I am completely wrong.
Oh. Are they actually the
It
blue
is
ones?
definitely blue. Lord Jesus.
Yep, confirmed. I also confirmed in a quick search that blue macaw, also known as the hyacinth macaw,
Yep.
is definitely blue.
Yep, definitely bold blue.
It's an extinct... Wait, the blue macaw is an extinct bird of Brazil.
Oh.
Oh, what is this? I
So
guess
what-
the
is it
hyacinth...
The red macaw?
The hyacinth macaw is a little bit different.
I was thinking of the red macaw.
You were.
The scarlet macaw.
And
yeah.
it's also red.
Yeah,
But it does have blue feathers.
it does have.
So I can
yeah.
see why you thought that maybe that
Yeah.
was a tricky name situation.
I was wrong.
Unfortunately, we're going to have to put this on the calendar, folks, because he was wrong. That doesn't happen often. Wow. Yeah, the scarlet macaw is more like a rainbow.
Yeah, it's a pretty bird.
Well, I think that about wraps up the pet positives.
We went on a weird tangent there.
We
but
went
yeah, it
way
definitely
off
does.
script.
Uh,
I think every nurse needs at least one creature who doesn't page them after 7 p.m.
Agreed, unless it's for treats. All right, class dismissed. That's a wrap for today's session of Nursing Life 101.
We hope this made you smile and maybe reminded you to give your furry or scaly friends an extra hug tonight.
You can find us on Twitter/X at NurseLife, LYFE 101, or Facebook at Nursing Life 101, or Instagram at nursing_life_101.
Don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave a review. And tag us in pictures of your pets with #NursingLifePets for a chance to be featured on the next episode.
Whoop, whoop. Until next time, as you hear all the squeaking, take care of yourselves, take care of your patients, and don't forget to refill the water bowl.
That's it.